Hello everyone, welcome or welcome back to my channel. I'm Alicia and in today's video, I'm going to set up my March bullet journal. But before that, here's a quick flip through of my February setup. February was all blue and as you can see, I have actually used the advent calendar stickers and all items from Muchi Pujo's Ikigai Papir advent calendar, and it was really fun. Blue is not really my color, but I really like how everything turned out. But moving on to March's setup, this is going to be a little bit of an experimental one that I have been meaning to do. So to start with, I will do a cutout of a window. I have seen a lot of the other creators also doing this window and I have been meaning to try it. It was just something that I did not know how to make the proper measurements. So I have had some practice off camera and this is the measurement that I have found out that has worked for my travel size notebook, which is from Notebook Therapy. Each of the windows are 6 by 6 grid spaces and the one on top is according to the arch. I found that this worked better for the calculation and the window that I was going with to give that whimsical and more springy vibe to the setup, but you can always make your own little adjustments. So to cut out the insides of the window, I have traced it out first with my pencil and then I'm going to go over with the X-Acto knife. A recommendation would be to use a sharper blade in order to have a more cleaner cut. I changed the blade of my X-Acto knife very recently, so it was an easy breeze. Afterwards, I'm going to use the Tombow dual brush pen in the number 723, which is a little darker shade than the pastely pink that I will be using later. This amazingly adorable kittens and windowsill PET tape is from Journal Say. The artist is actually Ding Ding and I have been meaning to get this PET roll from the time that she has actually launched it. The only issue that I was facing was that it was only available in few of the stores and she has her store in Pinkoi. I think that is a South Asian app that is pretty famous for all of these small businesses, but I was struggling with the language, so that's why I was not able to buy it from there. But when Journal Say approached me for a collaboration, the video will be tagged on above or in the description below. I was super excited to find out that Ding Ding's products are there and I really wanted them. So I thought I will use this opportunity to showcase how you can use the PET tapes that come across, which has larger illustrations because these are a little bit bigger than the normal PETs that you will see. The light purple Tombow brush pen is 623 and I will be also using Leela Journal's PET tapes and washi tapes for the decoration. This is the rose collection that she introduced, I believe, over a year ago, and these are pre-cuts which are amazing because I don't have to spend a lot of time in cutting out all these intricate details because you can see how delicate and dainty the designs are. I will be forever just cutting them if I had to do it on my own, but I'm really glad that it comes in a pre-cut situation. I initially purchased the loops. I believe I placed the order along with the notebooks. I did like 2 orders from her and I wanted to try out on the washi tapes and PET tapes that she has, but they are of course a bit expensive, especially with the shipping because it gets shipped from the US to Ireland and it was almost 40 euros that I think I paid on shipping, which is a lot, but it's totally worth it and I am waiting for her to update her shop so I can get more of those stuff. Anyway, moving back to the setup. So this scenery washi tape roll is from Journal Say as well. And this was not part of the collaboration that I did with Journal Say. I actually purchased with my own money, and if you have been around, you know how much I love Journal Say. This was from one of the larger hauls that I did before I even started this YouTube channel. So this has been with me for quite a long time. And I never really got a chance to use them, but I thought that with spring oncoming, I will use these illustrations, which are mostly Japanese illustrations. As you can see, the Mount Fuji there. Well, it's like a sort of Mount Fuji, I guess, but I'm choosing to believe it is Mount Fuji, and all the sakura blooms that is going to happen during springtime. I really want to go to Japan one day. That has been in my bucket list, but with everything that comes with travel, you need the time, you need the money. So maybe next year, because this year we are already doing 2 major trips, and I don't think I will have enough days off from work to do another international trip, and it's going to be expensive. So maybe next year. If you guys have any vacation plan that you are really looking forward to, let me know in the comments below. You would have seen me putting the washi tape on top of a white paper, which is also a sticker paper. The reason I did that was because the washi tape is very see-through, and this was not giving that highlight effect that I wanted for this illustration. I want them to stand out. That's why I pasted the washi tape on top of the sticker paper, and then I cut it all around so that it has that 3D effect, and also it pops, because otherwise it was just getting very blended with my notebook paper. At one point I thought that I will leave the flap open so that I can do the flip through, but I realized, or rather I took a creative decision to stick it. I just felt that it looked better, in my personal humble opinion. Moving to the next spread, this is going to be my calendar spread where I would be taking down the important dates and focus areas for the week or for the month. So this month I will be traveling from 19th of March onwards. I'm not there, so there'll be a lot of things that will be taken into consideration. That would be in regards to the trip, mainly like hotel booking, where we are staying, what time we are landing, kind of those stuff. But I also did not want to make like a full list all over my notebook, because most probably I won't be carrying that. I am still debating, because I will be carrying my daily journal. However, I'm not sure if I will be carrying my bullet journal, because I'll be gone for 3 weeks. And I know that there will be a lot of things that I probably will not be doing like how I would normally do my things. But yes, I still have some time. I am going to think about it. Anyways, for the calendar, I have made each boxes 4 by 4 grid spaces, so they are square. I initially thought that I will make a smaller calendar on the left hand side and then put the important dates or leave like a big task or note list. But I figured that that is not going to work in these circumstances, so I'm going to just keep it simple on me, and I know at a glance what I need to look at. If you have followed my previous setting up monthly videos, you would have seen me talking about setting up this spread, because in my previous year's journals I never really had this calendar. It was not required for me, so it wasn't really serving a purpose. But from this year onwards, I have started incorporating it, and I have tried a little different formats every month so far. So January was a little bit different from February, and March is going to be pretty similar to what February would look like. It was like a big calendar, but the size is different. So overall, aesthetic wise, it is a little bit different. Anyway, I wanted to also make it a little bit colorful, and I tried to pull in the colors from the washi tapes and just continue with the color scheme. Now that I think about having all the flight details and landing, I should carry my bullet journal because that will just help me in remembering things. I do have those details in my phone, but I like carrying my travel size notebook. It is to be carried around. So, yeah, I guess I will do that. This girl sticker PT tape is again from Ding Ding, and I got this from my journal say haul. I have spoken in detail about this, and these are not pre-cut, so there was some extra step that I have to do, and I think that's one of the things that I want to do before I go on a trip, because I don't want to carry a bunch of stationaries with me. But I do have a sticker release book from Traveler's Notebook Company, and I want to really fill that one up with the majority of the stickers or PT tapes that I use in my day-to-day journaling. I will probably carry the kiss cut rolls because they are, already cut. They're very handy. But then most of the other tapes that I have are not kiss cut, so I will have to take that one day where I just want to do that. And honestly, I don't mind doing it. It is relaxing for me, so I'm going to do that. That's why I need that calendar, because that one day I need to just sit and not do anything and just cut the PET tape rule. Moving to the next spread, this is going to be my habits and expense tracker spread. On the left hand side, I will have only 4 habits that I want to track for this month, because I know that with the travels upcoming, I will probably not be able to stick to a lot of things, but I will try my best and not, let's say, deviate from the habits that I am trying to build. On the right hand side will be my expense tracker, which I am firmly believing that will be filled by the end of this month. That is the deal that I have made, and I am fine with it. So for the left hand side, I made 4 tiny calendars, and I don't know about you, but I really like when the calendars looks a little wonky like this. It just gives a little bit of a character. Though it is really pleasing to see a calendar starting on, like a first is at the beginning of the week, it really has that satisfying neurological effect on a lot of people. And yes, it does to me too, because I like to have my week start on Sundays. So the months that actually start on Sundays are aesthetically pleasing to me. But at the same time, if I find a calendar that is a little wonky like this one, it feels like a Tetris puzzle. You know what I mean? So I think that was one of the reasons why I wanted to do more condensed and smaller version of the habits tracker, because I've been tracking like 6 habits this year from the beginning. But this month I'm only going to do reading, journaling, walking, and of course trying to not have a lot of soda. I know while traveling I will be able to listen to a lot of audiobooks, and I have honestly piled up a list that I want to go through. The next series that I want to jump into is Dungeon Scroller Curl. There are 7 books in the series, and according to my husband's review, it is amazing. It has a cat, and the whole story starts because of the cat. So I am all in for it. It is a fantasy novel. It is very funny from the blurb that I have read. I don't want to go too much into it, but I'm also someone who needs to know the trailer of the movie before I go into the movie, because I don't want to be surprised or disappointed. Because to me, my time is precious, and I really want to know if whatever time I am going to spend in the movie or in the book is actually worth it. So I guess that's why sometimes when I read some popular books and I don't feel connected, I get really, I wouldn't say upset, but really aggravated. Like, oh, I just wasted my time. Like, I could have listened to something else and be happy because I could relate to the book. But I digress. Here in the expense tracker, I will just have the items and the cost. These are mostly going to be in euro and in Indian rupees because I'm traveling to India this year. So I will have to see how I am going to manage the end of the conversion and the calculation. So that is something that I'm not really looking forward to be very fair, because end of the day, when you see all the expenses that you have incurred, is not good for your bank balance. But yeah, I'm excited and looking forward to this trip. I have been meaning to do this for a long time, so yeah, fingers crossed. To finish up the spread, I will use some elements from the washi tape from Leela Journals, and I feel that really gives a very nice whimsical vibe, and it also goes with the color palette, so everything comes around in the end. It's very cohesive. Moving to the next spread, this is going to be my content planner spread. Even though I won't be there physically in the better part of the month, but I will have my content pre-recorded. So some of the contents that you will see are going to be exciting partnerships that I have done, and I'm really looking forward to these videos to come out. So they will be scheduled and will be released every Sunday. Hopefully, I will not be missing out on any of the uploads while I am away, and I'm trying to do my best to record as much as possible. The content calendar is the same as I have been using since last year, because this one has really worked for me. It is 4 grid spaces wide and 6 grid spaces in height. It gives me enough space to write what the main contents are going to be. So I primarily use this one for my YouTube channel, and my Instagram and TikTok is very sporadic. Like, I don't think I have posted anything in my TikTok page at all for the last 2-3 months, I guess. I am not very active on TikTok in terms of my page, but I do watch a lot of TikTok videos because they are so good. Like, the creators are amazing. I love people's creation, and especially when it comes to arts and craft. Recently, I have been blessed in the FYP page, where I have found a few small businesses and creators that are making this gorgeous floral lamp using crepe paper. I have never seen anything like that, and honestly, I am so intrigued to try them out myself, and maybe I will make a video if I ever do it. Like, my things to do in terms of craft, that to-do list just keeps on increasing, and I honestly don't get the time to do it. So at times I get very sad that I'm not able to manage my time, because these are so many hobbies that I want to have, and I am a hobby hoarder. I have always admitted that, and I love to jump from one to other and love keeping myself busy. Like, something that I can do with my hands, it just gives me so much of pleasure and so much satisfaction. It just makes me happy, and I am not afraid to talk about it. So if you are one of my fellow serial hobbyists or hobby hoarder, let's be friends and subscribe to my channel. Moving to the final spreads of this video, it is going to be my weekly spreads. I am going to make Dutch doors in the weekly spreads like I tried to do in my February setup. I found it very interesting and very entertaining to me, and also functional at the same time, because I don't have to make it look very pretty, but at the same time it will be also working well for me. It has enough space for me to write down. So this spread has actually worked for me in February, and hence I am going to carry it forward to March. I know this video is coming out a little late. Honestly, I have nothing, like, there is no excuse. I just didn't have time. I am really trying to make time to make these kinds of videos. I know a lot of you enjoy watching my videos, and you have been really, really supportive in commenting your appreciation and also engaging with my videos. So I really am grateful from the bottom of my heart that you have been there through and through, and you come back even when I miss an upload on a weekend when I'm supposed to do that. Thank you so much. It really means a lot. So this weekly spreads in March, like I mentioned before, I am traveling, so will be predominantly used to have my packing list done, getting all the items. I'm going to carry some souvenirs for my friends and families, and also to have a little bit of the details about the trip mentioned here. I will try my best to record some of the exciting places that we have planned to go, and let me know if you would be interested to see a travel vlog from me where I would also probably do a little bit of journaling. Well, that's the plan at least. I don't know how tired I'm going to be because it's almost 24 hours of travel on flight that I'll have to do with all the layovers and everything. So we will see. I just don't want to fall sick. I think that is the ask from my body and the environment. Please let me not fall sick. Anyway, coming back to the spread, I really love how all of these pinks and blues are coming in together. It is fun. It is bringing in all the colors and the blooms and the pinks. I think it just reminds me of a fresh start because spring is supposed to be a fresh start. And this definitely gives me the feeling of a fresh start. So I hope everything will go well and we all have a nice March, because by God, the winter is dreadful and seasonal depression is real, especially if you live in a country like Ireland where we barely get any sun. And it just came out on a report few days ago that Ireland has been ranked the fourth country in the list of the countries where it is not sunny. So you can imagine how depressing it can get during winter when we don't get enough sun. Anyway, this is not the topic of weather. This is the topic of my weekly spreads, and this is how I have tried to decorate it, make it minimal but at the same time make it functional and pretty. I am going to use this March monthly tab in the beginning of the spread so that it aligns with the rest of the months that I'm trying to have it in my bullet journal. And with that, we have reached to the end of the video. Before we wrap up, let's do a quick flip through. I really like how chunky my bullet journal is slowly getting, and I really love a chunky notebook. Thank you so much for coming along in this setting up of my bullet journal for March. If you have liked the video, please hit that like button and subscribe to my channel. Please don't forget to turn on the notification bell because that will notify you every time I upload a video or I post in my community tab. That is the place where I would normally announce the giveaway winners, or if there are special announcements, like if I'm not going to post anything the week, just life tidbits that I want to give. If you have watched till the end, please leave this flower emoji in the comment section below so I know that you have been there till the end, and I really appreciate and love you guys for doing that. I hope you have a nice day or night whenever you're watching this, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!